Do you feel like you've been picked a lot because you're like a loud, I don't mean this disrespectfully, you're like a loud Canadian, right? You're like probably the loudest Canadian since like Celine Dion probably, right? But in a total different, like, well, did you see that movie Up? Did you ever see that movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, right in the beginning, the grandmother dies and it's just kind of like shocked me. I was like, wow,
Yeah.
So, but that's a good story. I remember when I was young, if you got somebody a hamster or a gerbil, that's how you taught them about death,
Mm-hmm.
It was usually like gerbil and then grandparent was kind of like the order, order that things kind of expired in a child's life.
That's very terrible. And they had to do things like price nails. And it's like, well, what's a nail worth?
Yeah.
And the answer is, well, the market computes that. And in the absence of that answer, well, there's no limit to the range of potential value that a nail might have. Like if there's a nail shortage, that actually turns out to be a really bad thing.
Oh, yeah.
Pricing decisions are insanely hard to make.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's funny. They give you a lot of nails when you buy them, but I think things could change, I mean, you could go there and have to just get one nail. But so just so
that'd be a bad day. If you
it'd be a rough day.
Yeah,
but you'd have to really use it wisely.
Yeah, you would. You'd have to be very careful. You'd probably put it up. You'd probably like display it, get it gold plated and display it.
If you're gonna
we used to have nails.
Yeah. If you're gonna pin a tail on a donkey, you better mean it that day, huh?
Yeah. In Canada, and this is the case in the West more generally, virtually everything is radically politicized. And
do you think you guys caught that from the West in a way? Do you think that's a negative thing that happened that came over from there?
I think that we contributed to that to a large degree, and I think we did that back in the 1980s. Canada is always tilted towards group rights.
Yeah, and that's what it feels like.
Yeah,
it feels like it's for the common good.
Well, part of the reason for that was that we had to bend ourselves into knots to keep the country together, because there was so much tension between the French and the English in Canada.
And it's so cold, you got to huddle up.
Well, yeah. Well, I have a former student, he's a colleague of mine now, who's worked with large language models for years, and we've started experimenting with these sorts of things, producing a virtual Nietzsche. We have a virtual King James Bible, and so you can ask the Bible any question. Yeah, I know, it's very strange. It's like, I don't even know what to think about that, because the AI system, the large language model, does capture the spirit of a text. And there's a lot of biblical text. And now if you have a system that speaks, what voice is a system that speaks in the voice of the Bible? What the hell voice is that?
Hey, boys.
No,
I don't know if that would be it. That sounds almost like a pervy dude kind of, hey, boys. Welcome to the Bible. No, I'm trying to think of who it would be. Oh, maybe Morgan Freeman,
Right.
Welcome to the Bible.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of a good person.
Morgan Freeman would be good.
Yeah, people would rely. You'd have a good Bible. I think they'd let you do a couple chapters, at least an apostle.
Yeah,
I think they'd let you.
I could be a crazy Old Testament prophet.
Okay, yeah, there we go.
I think that'd be it.
That'd be cool. Dude, I always wish Carnival Cruise Lines would do like a Noah's Ark cruise. Wouldn't that be crazy with all the animals on there? You
have to propose that to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might be not a bad idea, just some niche marketing,
Yeah, it could be. One of the things that happens when the Israelites leave the tyranny, now they're in the desert, right? And they're there for 3 generations, by the way.
Oh, God.
Right.
Dude. I hate that. My mother lives in Tucson, and that's hard enough sometimes to go over that to get out there.
Yeah. If you look at what people say and what they write, and you take the words they use, and you analyze them, and you look at how many times they refer to themselves, the more they refer to themselves, the more likely they are to be depressed or psychotic. Literally, the more you think about yourself, the more miserable you are. Literally. They're that tight. So what you do if you're in a situation that's social and you get anxious because you start thinking about, you start sweating and you wonder how you're looking is.
Yeah, or my leg's the same length. Stuff like that.
Exactly. And so